My research is over educators' perceptions of project-based learning. Project-based learning enhances critical thinking and allows the learner to produce a reflective understanding of subject matter. It promotes engagement with learners to provide authentic life learning experiences, and it allows all children to see success. The background of the problem. Students lack essential and critical skills demanded of the workplace today, and the needs of the 21st century learner are not being met through a traditional style and approach to teaching. Conflicting viewpoints. Some teachers struggled allowing students to work at their own pace, afraid students would get off track, behavioral issues would rise, and that the focus of the project would veer off course, thus preventing students from accomplishing the task at hand. Studies indicate that struggles also included transitioning from being the authoritative figure and transferring the knowledge to the guide, where the teacher's directing students on where to find the knowledge for themselves. However, according to other educators, project-based learning fostered potential growth in students, and they flourished academically. They achieved results that heightened critical thinking and produced a reflective understanding of the subject matter. The central purpose of this research project is to discover the perceptions of 7th through 9th grade educators in Conroe Independent School District regarding the implementation of project-based learning environment in the classroom. These are the following research questions. Number 1, what are educators' perceptions of the basic constructs of project-based learning? Number 2, do educators' perceptions of the implementation of project-based learning vary dependent upon content area? And number 3, what are educators' perceptions of the benefits and student achievement gains of implementing project-based learning? Assumptions. All participants have answered all of the interview questions openly and honestly. Study participants have a basic understanding of a project-based learning environment. Study participants are knowledgeable in their content area. Study participants have understanding of their own personal teaching styles. Limitations. The study will focus on 7th through 9th grade teachers in Conroe Independent School District. The findings of the study do not represent all educators' perceptions of project-based learning as a whole, but rather the opinions of a select group of participants. The study will not focus on how many years an educator has been in the classroom, nor will the study make generalizations about teachers' content knowledge in regards to effectively implementing PBL. Delimitations. This research study is delimited in terms of the attitude and beliefs of educators' perceptions of PBL's effectiveness and feasibility. Participating teachers will range in subject area and will only be able to complete the survey online through the use of SurveyMonkey. Literature review. The first topic is educators' perceptions of the basic constructs of project-based learning. In 2014, a study that Lee did found teachers' perceptions of PBL were positive overall because it's an educational method that promotes and engages learners with authentic life and learning experience. The ideology and theory of PBL, according to Tamman and Grant's study in 2013, pulled teachers' perceptions, and it revealed there were 4 sets of advantages of implementing the structure into the classroom. According to their study, project-based learning supported and facilitated the learning process, promoted differentiation and creative abilities, motivated and engaged, and nurtured collaboration among students. Educators' perceptions of the implementation of project-based learning among different content areas. Tamman and Grant's 2013 study found that dependent upon educational beliefs and past professional experience, implementation of project-based learning varied throughout content. The same report also indicated that variation with implementation included using a combination of skills to reinforce learning, extend learning, initiate learning, or navigate through the learning process. Goals were met through mastering an objective each week, and a plethora of resources guided students in meeting their educational needs. Educators' perceptions of effectiveness with project-based learning. Studies indicate that educators viewed the implementation of project-based learning in the classroom as a highly beneficial and effective means to teach content. Students were motivated, engaged, produced authentic work they found meaning in, and learned how to cooperatively and successfully work with others in a meaningful way. Methods. The research design. This study will utilize a qualitative research design to gain an understanding of teachers' perceptions and opinions of the effectiveness and implementation of PBL in the classroom. The research will provide insight about teachers' perceptions using a survey to poll respondents about perceptions. Prior to the survey being sent out, a pilot study will be administered to non-participants to receive feedback in order to finalize the survey. And an initial email will be sent with an explanation of the survey. A confidentiality statement will be provided to the participants, making them aware that information disclosed is anonymous and will not be shared, and that participation is voluntary. There will be a mix of open-ended responses and closed-ended questions using SurveyMonkey software. Closed-ended questions will survey demographics and background of the educator, while a mix of open-ended responses using a Likert scale will survey teachers' perceptions in the above-mentioned areas. Participants will be emailed the link to SurveyMonkey and anonymously and voluntarily complete the survey. Participants and sampling process. The participants in the study range from 7th to 9th grade teachers at York Middle School and Oak Ridge 9th grade school in Conroe Independent School District in Conroe, Texas. Subjects will range from core content areas such as social studies, math, science, and English to electives, art, music, and theater. Participants are public school teachers and were chosen because they represent a mixture of different teaching styles and a range in experience with the implementation of PBL. Variables. There are no foreseeable variables at this time with the qualitative study. Data collection instruments. Study consists of a questionnaire of 10 questions. The combination of closed and open-ended questions. Questions are formatted to use a combination of multiple choice method, as well as an open-ended response to collect the data. The finalized study will be emailed out to the participants. A pilot study will be administered to test the validity of and the reliability of those questions. And procedures. Permission from the principals at York Middle School and Oak Ridge 9th grade campus was required. Once approval is granted and the survey is created and verified through a pilot study, survey questions will be emailed out to the principals at both schools. A letter explaining the survey and a confidentiality statement will be sent with the survey explaining that participation is voluntary and anonymous. Principals at both York and Oak Ridge have agreed to redistribute the surveys to all teachers. The link to access the questions will be attached to the original email sent to the principals. Participants will have 1 week to respond to their survey questions. Reminders from the research will be sent twice during the week in order to gain more participation.